All right, YouTube, what up, Johnny B? Week 3 in the house, waiver wire gems. Let's take a peek at what's going on. But first, a little medley, a song I like to sing every time. Tampa Bay quarterback. Oh, Fitz magic. You know, better believe it is so. Remember that song? Oh, he is back, coming out of the woodworks. Tampa Bay fans have something to cheer for. Deshaun Jax going deep for big balls. Ryan Fitzpatrick is in a lucid dream right now. Those are the type of dreams you can control anything you do while you're sleeping, while you're on the football field. Shit, fantasy football owners are going wild. I got him in 2 leagues, but I got to be honest, I haven't started him yet. That's what's so funny. I got Tom Brady, I got, Russell Wilson, and I got Mahomes dropping dimes. Uncle got to work him out a couple years ago, and just the greatest thing since sliced bread. That was one of the best combine, prerequisite type of workouts I've ever been to. I got to meet Pat. He's an incredible guy. And the fact is, I got some crazy videos of him, throwing the ball 72 yards off his back foot. Look at the touchdowns. Look at the offense they're doing in Kansas City with Mahomes. But back to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Here's what I know. The magic will wear off. It always does. He will come back to earth. But wouldn't it be awesome if Eli Manning whispers, and I'm saying just whispers a little something into the ear of Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham, maybe Evan Ingram? Why don't you all get on your cell phones and contact Jameis Winston, because I think Winston could be traded to the Giants, and everybody would be really happy. Tampa would get what they want. They have the all-time #1 Google searched Halloween costume from 1970s with the gold medallion, with the Fitzpatrick beard. Fear the beard. Come on, people. Who's with me here? Winston, a giant with some young cats. Get rid of Eli. Eli knows it. He's too old. Tom Brady might be his last year this year. That's what I kept saying. That guy sleeps on lettuce and cucumbers. I don't know if is everybody going to be a quarterback like Brady that goes that long. But Eli's done. We know that. So that would be really cool, because then Winston owners have something to cheer about. So maybe that gives you some sort of seed. I'm a wackadoo here, but maybe it works. Maybe you go trade for Winston, see what happens. Either way, you might win or get lucky. In the meantime, Fitzpatrick is the headlines. But here's what I told you last week. Jesse James produced. I thought he hit gold. I started him. I was very happy with him. Corey Grant, I started him. What's happening here in Jacksonville land is very simply talking about the Giants here. A former Giant coach, anyways, who's at the GM helm of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mr. Tom Coughlin, with the stern look, stern face, and the glasses. Love him. He's one of my all-time favorite coaches. I love his style. But he knows something basic about running backs. Save them. Preserve them. That was such a New York Giant move to not play Fournette. He probably could have run, but they didn't need to because they got Corey Grant. Now, I know what you're saying, Johnny. What do I do? Do I go drop a key player on my team to go get Corey Grant? No. The answer is no. Stop it. Don't be silly. I'm saying if you have the room and it makes sense, go get Corey Grant. He is a fantastic filler, and if you're in a deeper league, then this is why you're watching the show, because, yeah, you have to have him. If you're a Leo owner. I love him more, what his ceiling can do, and you hear that stupid term, ceiling. Everyone talks about ceiling. But the thing is I don't know what else do you want to call it. There's no other terms. His boom bust. He's going to get points more than Yeldon. I don't like Yeldon. I just don't. So maybe that helps you, maybe it doesn't. Philip Lindsay, the whole world knows about him, so it was too late, but I talked about him last week just to put him on my list because I think he's a fine runner. And yes, if you own Freeman, hang tight. Just sit through the storm. They're testing 2 running backs with the new quarterback. They're testing some things. They're working different gaps. They're finding out what's capable. They're finding out what works with Freeman and Lindsay. So hang tight. They're both solid. Don't worry. Allison, we've all known about because he was on the Waiver Nugget show last year. He's doing really well. That'll be the last time I talk about him. All these fools should be gone, by the way, in your leagues. But if they're not, like a guy like this, then this is where you scoop. This is where you collect. I just don't know the skill level of some of you guys out there. So It depends. I got a lot of newer guys, and I'm not a very big analyst here. I do this all for fun and for free. Pettis is my Niners. Love what Garoppolo's doing to him. That's kind of what we talked about. You're watching this show because you want to know what I'm talking about week 3, so thanks for sticking it out. Corey Grant, I'm throwing him up there because he matters. Ito Smith, because I'm not sure what the hell's going to happen. Tevin Coleman, whatever you want to say, is known to be injured. He has a propensity. And now all of a sudden Freeman's, hung dry. All right, well then Ito Smith. Well, you say, no, he was drafted in my draft. Okay, but somebody might have drafted him, You just never know. Go dig and see if a guy like that is there. Fine. We talked about Wilkins because that was our week 1 guy. I'm still putting him on the list, guys, because there's still people that can go get him. And then here's kind of my observation right now. Arizona's going to be going through a different quarterback soon. They're going to get rid of the veteran. They're going to bring in to the Wolves the Rosen kid from UCLA, who I don't think is ready for the NFL. Now, I was very high on David Johnson this year to score a lot of points. I thought Bradford would be dumping 8-9 balls to him every week, and it's just something's wrong right now. And so when I think something's wrong, you're going to see a little bit of Chase Edmonds sprinkled in. Now, a lot of you already know about him, and a lot of you already have him on teams. But I'm saying for those that don't, I'd get him on your team now. He's a great guy to have in case something happens to David Johnson. But I just think the offense is going to shake up, and when I see offenses shaking up, this kid's really good. And right now, I know you're saying, Arizona's a trash fire, but that's really good for fantasy football sometimes too. And if they bring in the new quarterback who throws to the tight end all the time, and their star receiver may be banged up, I don't know what Fitz is doing out there. He's old too. It's time to throw to the youth of America. That's why I'm picking Chase Edmonds as your week 3 to try to get involved, get him on your bench. He's more of a stash type of guy, but who knows? Maybe he gets a lot of playing time. This is the last chance you'll ever get Anthony Miller on this show for the Bears because he's going off right now on TV here. It's 2 hours away. This is before the Monday Night Football game being taped. Last chance, dude. If he's seriously sitting there, you better go grab him. Snead, I have him in 2 leagues. He's been doing really well. I was high on him earlier in the year. I'd go get him if you can. Antonio Callaway, kind of the last chance also with him before he's a household name. They just moved Josh Gordon to the Patriots. What do I think about that? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Josh Gordon. There's a side of me that says if you're in Dynasty, go trade him like now or yesterday, because the thing is I don't know if he's going to pan out truthfully in Patriots land. I know what he's doing with Philip Dorsett. You think, all these only receivers that Brady turns to gold. Yeah, but there's a lot more that goes with it. Gordon and Brady, hey, maybe prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Maybe they're going to pull it off. I just don't see it. That's why I say trade Gordon, and that's why he's not on my additions right now. I need to see what happens on that one. Why on God's green earth would I have a guy that can't catch the football right now and Zimmer about ready to trade him? Because I still believe in Treadwell. I've always been a fan, and I think he belongs on a different team. So therefore, here's one of those chess piece moves. Go get Treadwell now for cheap. Let him find another team out there. I don't know. 49ers have a lot of cap space room. Maybe they go get another receiver. There's all kinds of possibilities here. Maybe Denver Broncos, want to go get another receiver. Maybe not. But I'm saying it's just out there. It truly is out there. Maybe Treadwell ends up on Arizona, right? It would make sense. You just, there's tons of possibilities, and I'm throwing out too many. I'll continue with the show. I'm playing a flyer on this guy to see if he gets traded, because I'll tell you something about Minnesota right now. They're not happy with him. You either catch the football or you don't play, and it's very simple, and that's why they're pissed off at him right now. So get him for a future trade move, and maybe you get lucky. Tyler Boyd, he's all over the news right now, but I got to put him on the list just because I'm a fan. Notice I haven't put any percentages on my wide receivers right now because there really isn't any percentage to put on these guys. I mean, these guys are they're all quality. I'm going to leave that one up to you this week, especially a guy like this that's just a household name. Tyler Boyd runs, a 4.58 or something like that. Andy Dalton's playing well. It's a no-brainer. That one might be too obvious for my list, but I do like him a lot. That's why I'm putting him on there. Now, tight ends. Week 3 is going to be interesting because I think this is the last chance to go get Jake Butt. My uncle worked this guy out a couple years ago, too, before he got injured. And what he told me is be patient with him, obviously with the injury, but also be patient when he gets to the NFL because this dude is legit, man. And I know a lot of magazines hyped him up, and maybe somebody in your draft took him, but I have a feeling you're gonna be able to get him early in the year right now after seeing his target share start to move into double digit into the 10 range. Then the targets keep going up. I like him to go jump on the Denver tight end bandwagon. I think there's a resurgence coming. Go get him. Vance McDonald, well, you told me to go get Jesse James. Yeah, well, I think Vance is coming back now, so that's why I'm going to switch it up on you a little bit. I like Jesse James, but I like this guy better. And the thing is this guy gets hurt. Jesse James is more steady, but he's coming around, man, and they're starting to figure out, oh, wow, you got Antonio Brown and Juju. And all of a sudden, that tight end seems to be vastly wide open, and there's no Le'Veon Bell. I like it. Now, pick of the week here for week 3, Mr. Josh Hill. You remember when this guy went like banana bonkers back in the day when Jimmy Graham wasn't playing, and it was like Josh Hill, touchdown. He is the backup, on the Saints. Everyone know that on the show. Well, why am I telling you to get him now? Because something tells me we're seeing a really old Ben Watson, who I was excited about on the Saints. But I've been watching him last week very closely, and I just think something's going on with Josh Hill that says, wonder if they're going to give him some more playing time, and God forbid Watson goes down. It's been known to happen. We just saw it with the Tennessee Titans. You want to be old in tight end, but you don't want to be like dog years old. And so that's why I'm saying, why don't you go get him before this plane hits the radar of your league? It's a stash play. This is not somebody I think is going to go off on week 3. What I'm telling you to do is, it's week 3. It's Monday right now, before Monday Night Football. Go stash him if you have the room and just watch. I'm not telling you to drop any all-star candidate you have. I'm saying for the deeper leagues, and if you got room, keep an eye on this guy. I just think something's going to happen. And he'd be a nice tight end to have on that offense that's going nuts. And again, you get Ingram in week 4, so I'm trying to be 1 week ahead of the masses. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyhow, this is what I got for the show. In the Scott Fish, I had Mahomes go off this week and Brady, although I could have put in Fitzmagic. It looks like I got about an 18-point lead going into tonight. We'll see what happens, and maybe I catch a win, but I'm having too much fun in that league anyways. But listen, thanks for watching. Good Monday night matchup coming up. I'll be able to catch you on the next week. I'll try to get these shows out Monday night so you have something to think about, and maybe you learn something. That's all you're trying. That's all I'm trying to do is just find, hey, I haven't heard that, or that sounds good, or yeah, no, I've already heard it. I don't need to watch this program anymore. But listen, thanks for your viewership. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments. And I'll see you on the next show. This is Johnny B for Ryan Fitzpatrick and all the rest of the boys out there rooting for fantasy football to have a killer year. We are in for it, I think. This is going to be an amazing fantasy year. Yes, it's injury-laden, but always lurking are some waiver wire golden nuggets, and we're going to find them. Talk to you guys later on the next show. Johnny B, Upside Down Drafting. Have a good night.